Okay, Friday, 29th of August 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Happiness emerges from success, vision, and lifestyle. So, someone recently said something to me that was interesting. In the context of some situation, he said, "Whatever makes you happy." And I thought, this thing that I'm pursuing, this particular specific object, happiness is not the priority, it is the fifth priority, sixth, seventh priority. It's low priority. There are other things in general which are high priority. That's in the context of the conversation. And I thought, why did he say that? Of course, it could be just social in general, just social cues to say that. But then I realised that that's a fallacy in order to say do what makes you happy. Because happiness is a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes like the wind, like the sun and the stars. It's here and there. It's not always there. It emerges. I implicitly felt and realized that it emerges from pursuing a vision, pursuing a passion, an objective, a standard, a value. And then by doing that, these things that you care about, by doing those things, happiness as an emotion emerges, it bubbles up, and it's more sustainable. Because when it's a fleeting emotion, it comes and goes. But in order to capture it, put it into a jar, into a bottle, and to hold on to it and maintain it, that comes from sustained discipline, focus, objective, working towards something bigger. This is also what someone said to me a couple of years ago, where they were prioritizing happiness and they were just saying, whatever makes them happy, whatever. And even that, I thought, that's strange, because then you won't really care what you're doing then. But then, because then it could be something destructive as well as fruitful. But as long as it makes this individual happy, that's all that matters. But again, it could be anything, destructive or not. So then I instinctively felt that happiness would emerge no matter what through the discipline and structure and process, but it would be a direct result of the mission, purpose, values. Very interesting. It was almost, happiness was immaterial because I was quite confident it would happen as a byproduct, a result of these things over here. Not having happiness as the primary objective itself, this fleeting emotion. No. I have one interesting thing that's worth understanding in life, that paradoxically, that when you try not to pursue something, you inadvertently get it. Now, I can see the logic, I can see the sentiment behind that, but the logic doesn't quite add up. I'm aiming for that and that somehow I achieve this, but that seems to be the case in life, as a practical, down to earth, anecdotal matter. By focusing on it, it's too fleeting and temporary. It emerges from working on things that matter to you, working, building, and creating, not fleeting moments and events here and there. Here today, gone tomorrow. No, it has to be sustained. The key word there is sustained, sustainable. If you can figure out a way to maintain that happiness over the long period of time, and it just comes along with you, that's powerful, very powerful, because then it'll always be there. And then at a meta level, in some way, it doesn't matter what the mission or goal is. If it's something meaningful to you that you care about, happiness is a byproduct. It's just, there's a delay. It's there on the horizon. It's there, not far behind you, and it'll catch up. Powerful stuff. So it's not happiness first, but happiness as an emergent property of coherent decisions by making plans and strategizing. A very stoic engineer way to think. Interesting. It works as long as the machine you're building doesn't have hidden weak joints. Okay, meaning what flaws are there? Does it really matter to you? Interesting. Agency and self-confidence, yeah. Systematic incentive analysis. So again, we're judging, we're analyzing through different cohesive lenses. And delayed gratification. And I'm sure I did a video about this as well, about compounded delayed gratification. Powerful stuff. But that's something I've noticed very subtly. By building things that matter to you, that are meaningful to you, happiness follows. By pursuing it, you end up pursuing and doing anything that just has, it's dopamine hit. It's essentially constantly aiming for dopamine hits, as opposed to something meaningful and that matters to you and that contributes positively to the world. Happiness emerges from that. And then you can go even deeper, and this reminds me in the biblical context where happiness comes from serving others. You get more happiness from giving. Really that's just an observation of human nature encapsulated in biblical form, but quite profound, really. But in some ways, it can bring a tear of joy to you. Yeah, interesting. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.